How's it going, Rogues Gallery, and welcome to another Flesh and Blood video. Today we have a continuation or a companion piece to that Alpha and First Edition collection video I did maybe like a month or two ago. In today's video, it's like a collection update. I kind of got some new, some new tech for my collection, some new things to put my cards in, and I'm going to share that with you, as well as some new pieces of my collection. And I've kind of almost filled out the entire thing. Sort of. We'll talk about it as as we go, as we show off some really cool cards. Today's video is not really all about flexing. To be completely honest, I'm more of a player than I am a collector, and a lot of the cards you're going to see in today's video, especially a lot of the really expensive cards, I actually got before the game got huge and before they were really expensive, because I was a player. I immediately loved this game and I wanted to buy all of the legendaries to make all of the decks that I can possibly make, which is why I have most of, if not all of, the cold foil legendaries. So yeah, today's video is very chill. We're just gonna look at some beautiful Flesh and Blood cards and just kind of talk about collecting, show off, how I'm storing the cards these days, and like I said, I've upgraded my tech a little bit. Before we get started, I do want to give a couple quick shout outs. If you're looking to pick up Flesh and Blood singles and supplies, definitely check out FAB Foundry. Excellent pricing, excellent customer service. They support the community, they hold tournaments. I cannot recommend them enough. And if you're from Canada, definitely check out Red Riot Games for the same deal. They also have all these really sweet playmats that they've been making, like these custom Flesh and Blood playmats that you can order on their website. I'm not sure of the pricing with shipping and all that kind of stuff depending on where you live, but I'm gonna have some images here of some of the playmats. I think they're really cool, so definitely check out Red Riot Games. They also hold tournaments and all that kind of stuff. Definitely check out their website. And if you'd like to support me through other means, I do have a TCG player link as well if you'd like to pick up Flesh and Blood stuff, or Magic, or even Force of Will, or Pokemon, any of that stuff from TCG Player. Use my TCG Player affiliate link. Links of all this stuff can be found in the description. But without further ado, let's start looking at some excellent, truly excellent and beautiful Flesh and Blood cards.
All right, kick back, relax, and let's start looking at some cards. I actually have several stacks of these that we're going to look at. And in case you were curious, these magnetic holders, these are actually, I have one off screen here that is still sealed. It's these Pro Mold, the magnetic cases here. And these are about $2, $2.50, something like that. FAB Foundry does sell these on the website, so if you wanted to pick these up, check them out at FAB Foundry. I do have an affiliate link in the description down below for stuff like this, as well as, Flesh and Blood singles and all that kind of stuff. But these are very nice. This is one of the upgrades that I wanted to do for my collection to keep them in very nice things, And it's very funny because, I've collected Magic for a long time, and I have some very expensive Magic cards, and I've never really done this for Magic. And Flesh and Blood is the first game that it really made me want to do something like this. So anyway, yeah, I bought about 4 cases of these. Cases come with 25 each, and so I bought about 100 of them. I didn't use all of them, but I used a lot of them. So yeah, let's start talking about these one at a time. This first bunch, these are going to be heroes. So the first one I want to show off is the prize of my collection, my cold foil Viscerae sent by Legend Story Studios. If you want to look at it from a grading perspective, the corners are pretty dinged up. Any little fuzz here is just on the surface. But overall, very nice. This, like I said, is like the prize of my collection. It's not the most expensive card, but it's my favorite card that I own. And going on with more heroes, here we have a rainbow foil Kano, and I do have, this is something that I wanted to do, I wanted to get a foil version of every single hero, and I've accomplished that. I do have a foil version of every single adult hero in the game currently. So this is Kano, Drakai of Ether. Here we have Azalea Ace in the Hole, probably one of the most iconic heroes for this channel in particular, just because there's some fuzz on it. You know what? There is some little fuzz right there. We'll take it off, and I'll also show you how to open these. It's pretty easy. It's a magnetic clasp here. It's also quite sturdy, and what you do is you have to just peel it from the top, and it's a pretty hard to peel. So we'll take that out. Yeah, see the fuzz? So you can get in focus. It was on the case there. So we'll take that off. Want to be meticulous. I do keep these in perfect fit sleeves. You know, you don't want them naked rattling around in here. And to put it back in, you just kind of like set the card in. It doesn't snap in or anything like that. It just kind of lays here, which makes it a little difficult if the card is foil and curling, and you just kind of put the little pieces in and then, you know, snap it down, and you're good to go. So that is Azalea Ace in the hole. Now we have Dash, Inventor Extraordinaire. And I'm not going to show you like the backs of all these. I will once we start getting into the cold foils, but that's Dash here. And I like keeping them in these because you can still play with them like this, you know, because you don't shuffle them. You can just have them next to their weapons or whatever. Let me grab the closest weapon. It is not a ninja weapon, but you know, once you have a weapon here, you can play with them like this, which is really, really sweet. So that is you know, Katsu here. Here we have Dorinthia Ironsong, one of my favorite heroes in the entire game. Absolutely love Dorinthia. Beautiful. And of course, we also have Reinhardt, Reckless Rampage. And one of the things I like about these a lot as well is they're very clear. You know, you can see your hand through them. Very, very clear. So they look super nice. Next up, we have Bravo, Showstopper. You know, great mustache, man. Great mustache. Let's see. We have this. This is an Azalea. This is actually just a token Azalea, but this one is an altar. This is my first Flesh and Blood altar. This was made by a viewer of the channel. I don't know if he wants his name, you know, revealed. So I just want to say thank you very much for this. And if you if you want your name revealed, just comment down below and I will pin it. I will pin your comment to the top. But yeah, this is an Azalea. You can see it's an extended. I think it looks really nice. And on the other side, it's also extended, but it has this awesome looking skull. So yeah, I really like this card. It definitely deserving of a case here. Next up, we have a Rainbow Foil Cavdane, Trader of Skin. Almost all of these cards have been pulled myself or gotten from promo packs for myself or traded for or something like that. Most of the cards here I didn't actually like purchase with money. A lot of it's just been like traded for or opened. Kasai, Centauri, Sellsword. And like I mentioned at the start of the video, I'm more of a player than a collector, but you know, I like nice things. It's nice to have nice things, and I love Flesh and Blood, and I do want to have like a nice Flesh and Blood collection. And so that is my Dated All MK2. So that's my stack of foil heroes here. Not a complete collection because I'm still missing a few of the rainbow foil ones from Crucible of War. I'm missing Benji and KO, but I do have some other ones. I actually almost forgot these. So I have Ira. Forgot Ira. How could I forget about Ira? This is a rainbow foil Ira, and then I have a rainbow foil Ira. So I actually have two rainbow foil Iras. Really, really nice looking cards. Yeah, really beautiful. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the extra one here. Just so you know, none of these cards are for sale or for trade. The extras, maybe, but I have a plan for my extra Ira here. There's only one card in here that I actually even want to trade, and I'll tell you about it when I get to it. Here we have my Unlimited Heart of Fyendal that I opened up on the channel. In case you're curious on something like this, the corners are actually pretty good. It's hard to tell because the case has a little bit of, you know, scratches on it, but pretty good. If I graded this, it would probably get a pretty decent grade. Don't think it'd get a 10, but pretty decent. And we have some more unlimited foils. We have Enlightened Strike, beautiful, one of my favorite cards of all time. Maybe my favorite card. Yeah, really nice on the Enlightened Strike. We also have a Command and Conquer, you know, iconic, absolutely iconic card. Just having these two is just really sweet. Even though they're unlimited, these are not first edition. It's just super sweet. And I do want to mention that the cards, the magnetize is so strong. The magnet is so strong that they magnetize together like that, which is pretty cool. You can even do, you know, multiple ones. They all stand up. So that's pretty nice. Along the same vein, we have a foil Art of War. You can kind of see a kind of thumbprint on there, but yeah, foil Art of War. Excellent. Absolutely excellent card. And then here we have some first edition foils. This is a first edition super rare foil Pounding Gale. All of this stuff was opened on the channel long ago, man. Long ago when Flesh and Blood first came out. We also have a first edition foil Forged for War. Really nice. We have a first edition foil Rusted Relic. I opened up so many of these Rusted Relics. I remember giving away one of these first edition foil Rusted Relics because I opened up so many of them. But I have one left over here. And then final bit for that part is this first edition foil Pursuit of Knowledge, which is gorgeous. Just look at that, man. Absolutely gorgeous. I have a lot more first edition foils, but they're in decks that I play with. Like I said, I'm a player first, and I like playing with nice things. And a lot of people are like, oh, you're playing with such expensive cards. But, like, I used to play Legacy Magic, and I played with expensive cards then. I play with expensive Flesh and Blood cards now. But I'd like to, you know, keep them all in very nice condition. So let's get to the next stack. We're going to start showing off some cold foils now. So here is the next stack. These are all of my cold foil weapons. And another thing that I wanted to collect was one of each of all of the cold foil weapons, the original cold foil weapons, and I have, you know, accomplished that feat. I have completed my collection of cold foil weapons. So this is the Nebula Blade. Here we have the Death Dealer. And the cold foil is a little bit more difficult to see, but let's see if we can get that a little bit better. Cold foil Death Dealer. You have a cold foil Teklo Plasma Pistol. Just a very nice subtle shine. Looks even better in person. Just really, really nice. Here we have a cold foil Crucible of Etherweave. Also really nice. It's hard to tell by the lighting, but like the edge here just looks super nice. Yeah. We have a Romping Club, cold foil Romping Club with a little bit of smudgy glare. And so this is actually the only card that I have that I'm gonna show off today that is up for trade or sale, because I actually have two. I have two cold foil Romping Clubs, and I don't need two. So yeah, I'm gonna be trading this or selling it at some point. Let's see if I can adjust the lighting for the cold foils. It's so hard, man. So hard to get the cold foils in good lighting. But yep, those are Romping Club. Next up we have Anothos. You know, it's Anothos. Fantastic. And like I said, you know, I really wanted to get all of the original weapons in cold foil just so I can have them and I can, you know, play with them. You know, part of my collection, just play with them. Leave them in these really nice cases. We got Dawnblade here. Really, really nice looking. I have traded my extra Dawnblade. I do not have it anymore. If you've seen that video where I got the extra Dawnblade. Here we have a Harmonized Kadachi. This one actually is not a promo. All these other ones are promos. You can tell by this P down here on the bottom. This one is actually a cold foil from Crucible of War. So this is the Crucible of War Harmonized Kadachi. It says R right there. And I'm going to keep this one on screen because I do also have the promo Harmonized Kadachi. And it's the, you know, it's the opposite. It's the paired. So you can tell it's the P down here. So we've got one of each of the Harmonized Kadachis. Next up, we have some other Crucible of War ones with a Mandible Claw. And I did pull an extra Mandible Claw. I've already traded it away for some of the other stuff you're seeing in this video. Here is the paired Mandible Claw. And I don't have every single cold foil Crucible of War card. Here's the two claws together. I have almost an entire set of the Crucible of War cold foils. I'm missing like the wizard one, which is a pretty bad item, so I'm like, I'm not gonna spend $100 for it. It kind of sucks. Here's a cold foil Talishar, the Lost Prince. Really, really cool item to get cold foil. I also have Plasma Barrel Shot. Very nice. This one is a Centauri Saber. Actually, I only have one of these. So I only have this Centauri Saber. I don't have the paired Centauri Saber. Let's see. We got my favorite, one of my favorite cards of the whole set, Reaping Blade. Really, really glad to finally get a cold foil Reaping Blade. Still a little smudgy, but that's all right. I recently just put these in these cases, so they're still a little smudgy, but very, very nice. Super, super cool. Really happy about getting that. Of course, I have cold foil, as a couple of them fall down here. Cold foil Redliner. one of my preview cards. Really happy to get one of these. I know some content creators got like signed versions of their spoilers. I didn't get anything for my Redliner spoiler, which is okay. You know, you don't have to get stuff for everything. But I really did want to make it a point of acquiring a cold foil Redliner myself, just as, you know, part of myself, my personal history and channel history. So yeah, getting a cold foil version of the card I spoiled was really sweet. I opened up 2 of these in packs. I've traded the other one. I decided to keep the better one, ones in better condition. So like these ones are in pretty good condition, just a little nick down there on the bottom, but most of these are in fantastic condition. I have thought about grading a lot of these, but I don't know, man. Grading is kind of an involved process right now. Maybe when things die down a little bit, I'll grade some of these. This is Edge of Autumn. This is the Ira weapon. Really, really cool. Well, any ninja can use it, but this is the one that comes in the Ira starter deck. Or rather, the non-foil version comes in that. This one is from Crucible of War. And then the final weapon we have is Zephyr Needle. And I only have one Zephyr Needle. So I don't have the paired Zephyr Needle. So I guess I'm missing like Centauri Sellsword paired, Zephyr Needle paired, and also the Wizard one. But oh no, and the Sledge. I don't have the Sledge. But the Sledge kind of sucks too. So it's one of those cases where I was like, yeah, I could get it for completion's sake, but it sucks. I'm never going to use it. So, you know, that's that. So yeah, here are all of the weapons here. Next we have this Gambler's Gloves. This is not a cold foil. It's just a regular Gambler's Gloves. Why do I have it in this case? It's not that expensive. I just have it in this case so I could use it for multiple different decks because I like this card in a lot of different Blitz decks. So I put it in one of these hard cases just so I can have it and use it for a bunch of different Blitz decks. So I'll just kind of put this one off to the side because now we are getting into the really nice stuff. We're going to get into my first edition cold foil Welcome to Wraith, and well, I guess there's some stuff in Crucible of War here too. This is my cold foil armor, so all my cold foil equipment here. The first one is one of my favorite equipment cards of all time. This is one I recently got. This is the Snapdragon Scalers. Really happy to get these. I do not have a full set of cold foil equipment, by the way. I have a lot of them, but definitely not a full set. I wanted to get the ones that I like personally. Like I said, I'm more of a player than a collector, but you know, I like nice things and I play with Snapdragon Scalers, so I wanted a nice copy of the Scalers. Next up we have Refraction Bolters. I opened these on the channel in one of my first boxes, actually. Cold foil Refraction Bolters. Excellent, just really, really sweet. Next up, we have Barkbone Strapping. This is the Brute equipment. Just really nice to have. Cool card. Next up is Bracers of Belief. This is from Arcane Rising. So these first 3 cards, these are my only Welcome to Wraith cold foil commons. I have some cold foil legendaries too. Almost a full set of cold foil legendaries, but I'm only missing a couple. But yeah, so that's these. Now we're going to talk about Welcome to Wraith. I have a bunch. We have Bracers of Belief. Just really, really nice. I've kept all these in great condition. We have a Talismanic Lens. I opened this in a video as well. I opened this one in my Arcane Rising sealed deck build. I think I called it like Cold Foil Spoils because I opened this up and it was like $10 at the time. It's a little bit more than $10 now. Here we have my other favorite generic, the Mage Master Boots, also recently just acquired. I got the Mage Master Boots and the Snapdragon Scalers from the same person. I don't know if they want me telling you who I got it from, but because they have a bunch of cold foils, and I don't want people like pestering them for cold foils, especially if they don't want to sell them. But yep, got those. Here we have some Null Rune boots. Just some, you know, good old cold foil Null Rune boots. Here, let's clean this up a little bit here. What's really nice about these magnets is they just stack so easily, man. They just stack so easily. So yeah, we have Null Rune boots. And I'm putting these down here because these are what I consider like the nicer cards. Even though I really like the heroes and the weapons, these are the really expensive stuff. This is a cold foil Null Rune hood. Don't have the full Null Rune set, just these two. I wanted to pick them all up before prices spiked, but man, these are expensive now. $100, $200 each. This is a cold foil Crown of Dichotomy. Open this one on the channel. Really, really happy to have this one. there are certain heroes that I have that I just have a full cold foil set of equipment for. Azalea and Viscerae, actually, and Dorinthia. Full cold foil sets for all of those. Actually, most of them, most of the heroes actually full sets. Here is the Achilles Accelerator. This is the Mechanologist, and then of course the Bullseye Bracers for Ranger, the Ranger generic. So these are my Arcane Rising. I have all of, well, not all of them, but 3 of the class, and then the Null Rune, and then also a couple of the other ones here. The lens, the boots, and the bracers. Yeah, I have almost a full set of the Arcane Rising ones. Definitely wanted to get the Mage Master, because these are going to be useful like always. Same with the lens, honestly, but not quite as much. Those Mage Master boots are amazing. So yeah, so that was my cold foil common equipment. Let's get to the really nice stuff. So these are my legendaries. I have 1 of every single legendary in the game except for Shiana. Most of these are cold foil. 3 of them are not. I kind of regret not picking up those 3 cold foils when I could, when they were only like $100. Now they're well over $1,000 each, and I probably will not be picking them up because, like I said, I'm more of a player than a collector. Maybe someday I'll pick them up when I have the funds, but for now, I'm not. I have a full set of my cold foil equipment, and I'm happy with it right now. Or full set of my legendary equipment, and I'm happy with it now. 3 of them are not cold foil, but I do have a full set now, so I can build any deck that I want. The only cards that I'm missing, I have a full set of every single card in the game now, except for I do not have an Arcanite Shard, and I do not have an Eye of Ophidia or Shiana. Those are the only 3 cards that I'm missing. Eye of Ophidia, Arcanite Shard, and Shiana. So would like to get copies of all of those, even in just like unlimited if I can, just so I have 1 of every single card in the game. But yeah, so let's start showing these off. Let's do this in reverse order, right? Because it gets a little bit spicier as we go down. So here is the, oh, this one's not the legendary. Okay, I think I set this, well, I do have a cold foil Bloodsheath Skeleton. Open this one in a pack off screen. Just really nice Bloodsheath Skeleton. It's like $400 or $500 right now. Yeah, I forgot about this. Okay, so the rest here are the legendaries. Can't believe I forgot about my my Skeleton. Because like I said, I do have a full cold foil set for Viscerae, including Viscerae. All right, here we go. So this is a first edition Storm Striders. Yeah, really nice. So I will spoil it right now. I do have a full set of cold foil legendary equipment from Arcane Rising. And I bought these because there's some little scratches on the back. Not on the back of the card, just on the case. It does have some slight nicking here. You know, your standard slight little nicks on the bottoms here, but nothing too bad. I might grade every card I show you from now on, except for the rainbow foils. We'll see though. So that is my Storm Striders. Here we have my Teklo Foundry Heart. Beautiful card. Absolutely beautiful. I traded my extra Grasp of the Arcanite for this. So I actually pulled 2 cold foil Grasp of the Arcanites, and I traded one of them for this Teklo Foundry Heart. Yeah, really nice. So yeah, really happy about this. And I got all of these cards. Like I said, I'm more of a player than a collector. I've already said this multiple times. But I got all of these because I wanted to make decks. And at the time, these were the only cards available. There was no unlimited. So I went ahead and I bought all of the legendary equipment from Arcane Rising because that was what I was focusing on at the time. Here is this Grasp of the Arcanite. One of the 2 that I opened up on screen. I think this is the nicer version. I tried to keep the nicer version of the 2. Very minimal nicking and white on the back. This could grade pretty highly, I think. Like here we can zoom in even more, but like, yeah, the tiniest white, the tiniest little thing. So anyway, yes, my Grasp of the Arcanite, really nice. And let's see, here we have Skullbone Cross Wrap. This one is one that probably wouldn't grade super high because this little white bit is actually on the card. For all the other ones that you've seen, they've just been like fuzz on the case. but that is actually on the card. And I've tried to get it off, like just kind of like gently wiping it off. Doesn't come off. But still very, very nice. Very happy to get, you know, my full set. It's actually crazy because I was just like, these were like $100 each at the time. Maybe a little bit more, maybe 175, something like that. And I was just like, no, it's closer to 100, I remember. And because the Tunic was 300, and I was like, I just need to get all of these. I just need to play. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bite the bullet. It sounded like a lot of money at the time, and so I spent, you know, several $100s to get all the ones that I was missing. And I traded for some here and there. I remember these Storm Striders cost me like $75, I think. I think I paid $75 for these. Anyway, so we also have Arcanite Skull Cap. Once again, just super good. I think this one was the most expensive one at 200 something, 220 bucks. I think I paid for this Arcanite Skull Cap. Back in the day, it's a very nice condition Arcanite Skull Cap. You can see, you know, very minimal, little bit of nicking on the top. So this is my full set of Arcane Rising Cold Foil Legendaries. I'm really happy to have this. I kind of wish that I had just done the same thing I did for this with Welcome to Wraith and just kind of splurged and got the Welcome to Wraith ones. But at the time, you know, I was just like, I can get it whenever. And I didn't want to drop another, you know, $400 and get them because I was like, you know, I could just get it whenever. Boxes are only $75 each. And then they weren't. And you probably already know the history there. Price spikes. Boxes are insanely expensive. Each of these cards, by the way, currently, I don't know the exact pricing, but each of these cards currently is worth over $1,000, I think. So this is at least, you know, $5,000, $6,000, maybe even more. Just right here. It's insane. It's actually insane. It'll be really interesting to look back on this video and see if like these cards are worth nothing, or if they're worth even more than that. So yeah, that's my Arcane Rising. Let's get to my Welcome to Wraith. So, like I said, some of these are just rainbow foil, right? So there were 3 that I was missing, and the tectonic plating is one of them. So this is just a rainbow foil tectonic plating. Maybe someday I will get a cold foil, but you know, I just wanted a full set of all of the equipment so I can play with it, right? So I can make any deck that I wanted to. Here is rainbow foil scab skin leathers, one of the 2 that I've opened up on the channel. Actually insane. I can only seem to open up scab skin leathers from Unlimited Welcome to Wraith. Next one is my rainbow foil Mask of Momentum. Okay, so here's a story about Mask of Momentum. Let's do like a story time here. So first of all, this Mask of Momentum is very, very nice. Very good condition. I actually got this one from Fab Foundry. And so initially, I actually wanted to buy a cold foil Mask of Momentum, and I found one on eBay back in the day. This is back when booster boxes were $75 each for Alpha Welcome to Wraith. And I found one for $90. And at the last second, someone outbid me. I had it bid up for $92, and they bid out me, or bid me out for, I think I set my max bid at like $120, and they outbid me at like $123 or whatever it was. And I was pretty bummed, you know. I wanted a cold foil one to make a ninja deck, but I was like, you know what? I can get another one at any time. And the week after that was when the price spikes started happening, and then all of a sudden, Alpha Mask of Momentum was so much. And then when Unlimited came out, I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna get an Unlimited Mask of Momentum just so I can play with it. This is some of my favorite art in the entire game. I absolutely love this card. It's been my background for my computer for a very long time. And I tried to get one from Channel Fireball for like, I don't remember how much I was going to pay, a little bit cheaper from Channel Fireball. And then they canceled the order, and they were like, we don't have the Mask of Momentum. And so I was like, fine, refund me the difference and just give me tectonic plating. My video just cut out there, so I'm not sure what you got, but I said, you know, refund me the difference and just give me tectonic plating. So that's how I got this tectonic plating. And so this Mask of Momentum is actually from, like I said, I bought it from Fab Foundry. So once again, shout out to Fab Foundry. So yeah, these are my rainbow foil, you know, legendaries. These are the ones that eluded me, that I really wanted to get in, you know, in alpha, but I ended up I was just like, I don't really want to make these decks right now, and so I didn't buy them. I kind of wish I'd been more gung-ho about making decks, because if I was more gung-ho about making decks like I was for the Arcane Rising classes, I would have bought them. Probably bought some magic cards or something instead. Yeah, big regret on that. Not because I'm out of it, just because, like, you know, I definitely could have. I had the chance. And so the last two cards here are actually Cold Foil Alpha Legendaries. So the first one, as you would have guessed, is the Brave Forge Bracers. Very, very nice. Warrior is one of the classes that I wanted to make, and I bought this for $120, I think, back in the day. This smudge is actually on the case. It's not on the card. It's a pretty nice legendary, but it does have like a little nick in the corner here. Other than that, pretty nice. Really happy to have this, so I can have my full foil Dorinthia setup. I don't have a cold foil Dorinthia, but she's a rainbow foil, so I'll take it. Everything else on her is cold foil, which is nice. And speaking of which, the very last card I have here, the most expensive card that I own, and probably one of the best condition versions of this card I've ever seen, is my Jandal Spring Tunic. This is something that I do want to get graded because I think it has the potential to have a very, very high grade. 9.5 at least. I'm not sure. The centering may be off a little bit. This little white bit right here is on in the container. It's actually not on the card. And if you look on the back here, the corners are like super good. Like, look at this. Maybe like a speck, but you might be able to get that off. Yeah, just look at that. I don't know if I can get this in focus. You can kind of see it a little bit better there. This, yeah, all that stuff there, that's just on the case and on, yeah, that's just on the case. That's not actually not on the card. Anyway, so yeah, this is my cold foil Jandal Spring Tunic. I remember opening this up, and I was super stoked that I got a $300 card. This card is not $300 anymore. This card, I don't know, I'll have to look it up, but I think it's like over $4,000, $5,000. Yeah, it's crazy. It's actually crazy. This single card is worth more than my most expensive commander deck. And I have some really nice commander decks. I have some commander decks that are worth a couple $1,000s each. And this single card is worth more than those decks. It's crazy. So, yeah, this is my most expensive card that I own. Not my most treasured card. My most treasured card, like I said, is that that Viscerae. I think is in this bunch. Pull him back out. No, not in this bunch. In the other bunch. This is Viscerae. I don't even know how much this Viscerae is worth. There's so little of them that exist. Probably at least $1,000, but I'm not sure. But this is like, these are, once again, I'm not selling anything in this video except for maybe that romping club. But I don't know. It's only worth like $40-50, and I don't see getting rid of it right now unless I want to trade for something that I'm missing. But I'm not missing anything, so yeah. These are the cards that I kind of wanted to show you today. An update to my Flesh and Blood collection. This will be a really nice time capsule looking back in the future. And just kind of like looking back at just Flesh and Blood in general. I have so many of these now. Like I said, I have about 70 of these cards in these cases here. That's not including my. I have 5 Command and Conquers, one of which is foil. I've shown you the foil one. I have 7 Enlightened Strikes, one of which is foil. I showed you the foil one. I have 3 first edition Enlightened Strikes, one of which is in this deck here that I'm going to be showing off in another video, on Monday's video. So here's my Pink Pitch, one of my Pink Pitch Enlightened Strikes, one of my favorite cards of all time. I definitely wanted to get these when the prices started to spike, and so I bought these. I bought all 3 of my Enlightened Strikes, I think, for less than $200. And then cards like this foil Pink Pitch Carver of Scars worth a lot these days, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to play with these cards. I am going to play with these cards. So I'm going to save this deck. You don't even know what hero it is. I'm going to save this deck for Monday. Got a really, really exciting announcement. A lot of people want to see gameplay on the channel. Yo, we got some stuff planned here. But yeah, that's that. It's very interesting. Flesh and Blood is very interesting because I'm not a rich person. My girlfriend and I do okay for ourselves, you know. But I just kind of got lucky in terms of the really nice things that I had because I loved Flesh and Blood right from the start, back before anyone even knew about this game, and I was like, the gameplay is awesome, and I wanted to build all of the decks because I loved the game so much, and because of that, I was able to get all of this really, really nice stuff. And you know, it's one of those situations where, for me personally, it just worked out really well. It could have worked out a little bit better, you know. Like I said, I'm still missing a couple of these. I do regret not picking these up. People ask me, do I regret opening my boxes? Nah, dude. At the time, what was there to regret? Like, I was trying to get, you know, cards to play with them. There's nothing to regret. No one could have known that the boxes are going to be like $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. And yeah, there's nothing to regret at all. I did sell my foil alpha Enlightened Strike that I opened up on the channel. Maybe a little regret on that, but not a lot. It went to a good person, so not really a lot of regrets there. And I still have my unlimited foil Enlightened Strike. And after I did that, I was like, oh crap, I need to get some alpha E-Strikes. So I have my full set of non-foil alpha E-Strikes. But anyway, I'm just rambling here about these cards and collecting and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, I'm not really I am a collector, but I'm more of a player, and I collect so I can play, and then anything extra just kind of goes into like a nice little collection here. And these cards are all well taken care of. I have them very securely stored, though dust does get on them occasionally, which is kind of annoying. We have a little dog in here too, so maybe see a little dog hair every now and then. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about for today's video. I figured it'd be a really fun just look at what I have and look at my collection here. The goal was kind of have one of everything. I don't technically have one of every cold foil, but I do have at least one of every single card in the game, except for, like I said, Shiana, Arcanite Shard, and Eye of Ophidia. Crucible of War has been not nice to me, because this is the only cold foil equipment that I've ever opened up. And I've opened up like 20 plus boxes of Crucible of War, and I haven't even gotten a Legendary from that set. So yeah, pretty unlucky from there. I'm just really rambling at this point, so I'm just going to end the video. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my Patreon if you'd like to support me directly. Help me keep doing Flesh and Blood videos as I move forward. And stay tuned for some more Flesh and Blood content, including an announcement on Monday for some gameplay. It's going to be really exciting. So yeah, I'll see you then. Have a good one, everyone.